I'm just popping in to do a short video on some of the benefits of the yoga trapeze hammock. This one's by Yoga Body, but there are lots of other ones out there. I like this one because it's got the handles and it's been tried and tested, and it's actually really good for the money as well. So what are the benefits? The benefits of using the yoga hammock are strength, flexibility, balance and traction. Most of us know the benefits of having a strong core. You know, if your core's strong, it creates balance in the hips. If you've not got a strong core, as in, you know, a strong core here or a strong core here, what happens is it causes an imbalance right down the posterior chain. And when you've got an imbalance in the posterior chain when it comes to flexibility and strength, which is usually, you know, here and here, everything gets dumped here. So for instance, if you're leaning down to do something and you're not strong and flexible, it dumps into the lower back. So that's where, and then imbalance. So you say, well, you know, what do you mean by imbalance? I'm right-handed, so I've got less flexibility on my right-hand side because it's my strongest side, so it's where I tend to, you know, lean down, pick everything up. And because of that, if I'm not balanced properly, if I don't have good balance, what happens, it shows through in everyday life, as in my hips and my lower back. So why? So then we come into the traction. Traction, what traction does for you is it has a pulling, separating, pulls and separates the vertebrae. I've got like, and you know, if you've not got that, sorry, let me backtrack a minute. If you don't have strength, flexibility and balance, and when I say everything gets dumped into the lower back, what tends to happen is you get compressed vertebrae and there's not a lot of space. And what happens is the discs start to bulge. You see here, see, when I say the disc will bulge, and what happens is, this is your nervous, so this is the nerve passages, and if it bulges, it's putting pressure, see that? It puts pressure on those nerves, and we all know if you're putting pressure on nerves, what happens? We get back pain. The longer you leave it, the worse it's going to get. And then it makes you feel old, right? You don't want to exercise, you don't want to get up off the couch, you know, it stops you doing all the fun things that you used to do. So for me, when I started working with the yoga trapeze, I thought it was great because I knew the benefits of strength, flexibility and balance. But then when you take in the fourth one, which is traction, you're creating that small amount of space. And I'm not talking a lot of space here, I'm talking 1 to 2 millimeters, the tiniest wee bit of space, but that tiny wee bit of space is enough, as I showed you, to just decompress the spine. If you have any questions about this and you'd like me to go into it in a bit more detail, how you can get flexible by doing exercises, you can, you know, work with your strength by doing passive back bends. If you want to see a wee bit more about this and you'd like me to discuss it more, give me a shout. But for now, I want to show you one of the simplest ways, hanging upside down, nice and safe, that you can get into on this, where you're creating that space. So you're going to find your seat. Pull down my black clips. Do a wee shimmy wiggle. Push this material down. Move these. I'm going to keep watching my feet here, so I'll be my legs. Watch my feet, keep watching my feet. And come down. And I'm just going to hang. And you know, at first people go, oh, I don't like that sensation, but if you can breathe through it, take about 5 deep breaths. And with each exhale, just allow yourself to relax, don't hold tension. And you would stay here if you can. If you do your 5 rounds of breath that you want to come out, you can just come back up again. I'm going to show you what that looks like from the other end. I wouldn't usually just jump right out the hammock. Again, you're just going to find your seat, hop in. When I say shimmy wiggle, it's because you want the material to just be under your bum and push the material down at the back so you're not fighting too much material. And as I say, you can V the legs or do froggy legs. Coming back, keep watching your feet. And I say watch your feet because you get a bit disoriented trying to hook your feet if you've never done it before. And you're just going to come down and relax. And you can see right away by the length of, you know, by the weight of your head and just hanging upside down, you're decompressing. Maybe 1 to 2 millimeters, and the longer you can stay here, I would say no longer than a minute the first time you do it. Nice easy breathing, don't hold tension in your hips and don't hold tension in your feet or your knees. And nice and slowly watch the feet as you come back out. Unhook your feet, take the legs back out and pull yourself up. Now, this is where I just hug my knees. Just sit here, let my breathing come back to normal. So if you have any more questions, so that's just your basic traction. I would really suggest that you do it with a supervised person, but if you don't have that, available to you, then I would say watch a few videos. Go to Yoga Body. They have amazing videos on YouTube. People like myself, take your time. And if you're still afraid of getting upside down, find yourself a class. Or if you're afraid of getting upside down, here's another one. If you're afraid of getting upside down and you want to do some traction, most people have done down dog in yoga, right? So what you can do is, you can put this on your hip space, and like you would do if you're down dog in yoga, so you've got this on your hips, so you're being nice and supported, so you're taking the pressure right off your back. You're going to lean forward, step back a bit, and now you're still getting all the benefits of that traction, and you're lengthening through your whole back and your shoulders, so you're creating that strength and flexibility as well. And you just be here, and you're still going to get all the benefits, like your head hang, nice easy breathing, and you'll get the benefits that way as well. Up nice and slow. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope it answered some of your questions. As I said, if you have any more questions, please, I'm always happy to help. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good